How can we ensure rural access to healthcare 24/7?
I'd like to propose that we focus on place-based schools, focusing on local schools and returning them to what they used to be.
Semi-retired, because I can't buy the word retired. So that's it.
Write it down. Miramichi, New Brunswick, we're going to host Georgetown 2.1, which will be the first pop-up conference.
July 3rd, 2017, I am opening up a small children's bookshop on a dirt road in Riverjaw, Nova Scotia. It's going to be called Mabel Merkel's Bookshop, and it's experiential tourism, and there'll be pony rides, and there'll be purple picnic tables. And Elizabeth said, what would you do if you weren't afraid? I've had the name reserved since March. My first step is I'm going to go home and register a name, and there's going to be children once again in the village of Riverjaw who lost their school a year ago. So something's going to open up in response to the place-based hub that didn't happen in Riverjaw, Nova Scotia.
Alright, would you guys stand with me? I would like to introduce you. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I would like to introduce to you the new board of awesomecoast.ca, which will be going live immediately following this conference. We are freaking proud to be Atlantic Canadians, and we are going to start changing the dialogue and the language in Atlantic Canada. For people who have come here, who have started new businesses, we're going to start telling their stories.
And through Georgetown 1 and Georgetown 2, we got the people on the organizing committees who could deliver events that I think have resulted in pretty substantial change in communities across Atlantic Canada. We see it in Inverness, and we see it in McAdam, New Brunswick, and we see it on the South Shore. We see it in Pictou. And our friends from Pictou County, you know, we've got your back. And you now know that you can turn to a whole bunch of people who can help you figure out what the next step is.
Bada from Wolfville, Nova Scotia. And the biggest thing that I took away from this conference is that one, I guess two biggest things is one, that there are other people out there like me who are working on these kinds of projects, and that I have actionable steps to continue my project forward is probably the biggest thing that I took away from this conference.
Tim Marin, I'm from Georgetown, right here in Georgetown. What is the most valuable thing I'm walking away from this conference with is I was at the Georgetown 1, and it was a brilliant conference. And the Georgetown 2, I was a little concerned whether we could keep up the momentum, but the conference has actually shifted into a higher gear, and we've got a tremendous level of connectivity amongst this group. So one of the big strengths I feel is that I can contact people that I've met here today and get a little help from any one of them, which I didn't walk away from in the first conference. So a lot of the communities have the same obstacles, same barriers. I hear the same stories, but feeling as if I've got a little more backup. There's people that already, that I feel I can actually reach out to and get a little bit of help from. That's been very helpful for me because I've been volunteering for a long time, and sometimes you feel like you're pushing a heavy ball up a big hill, and so yeah, that's my big takeaway.